And so we see the Waldenses and different ones. And just as a point of history during this time, 987 AD, a Waldensian missionary establishes the Hillcliff Church in Wales. So they're traveling back and forth all over Europe. They're in England. Welsh have been there all along from apostolic times. And so here's a Waldensian missionary from Europe coming over and establishing a church at Hillcliff in Wales in 987 AD. So that kind of brings us, let me see, what is this? Pope Leo the Ninth and Patriarch Constantine. Oh, this is where the split. Patriarch of Constantinople mutually excommunicate each other, creating the Greek Eastern Church and the Latin Western Church. That's where that date comes from. So you have the Patriarch in Constantinople and the Pope in Rome mutually excommunicating each other. So we see how these different missionaries were sowing seeds of the faith throughout the world, which would eventually shatter the despotic hold of the Roman Catholic Church. But not yet. We've got another 500 years to go. Dividing this long period of the Dark Ages, or during the long period of the Dark Ages, his story records the deaths of over 50 million Baptists. Now these are the ones that are recorded, that they've got documents concerning. 150 million, or not, 50 million Baptist martyrs for the faith of Jesus Christ. This Jezebel is responsible for their deaths, as her namesake was for the death of Naboth. And what did Jezebel do? She hired false witnesses to accuse Naboth of blasphemy and then had him put to death. And that is the same thing that the Catholic Church is doing during this period. So we will kind of close with that and understand both from the biblical standpoint and a historical standpoint of what is happening. His story versus the mystery of iniquity. This is the conflict that has been going on. And our history today, you see many of the same things happening today. And that's why this is so important. You are part of the history, this flow of history. You are now a part of it. It's come down to you and to me and our life, our nation, our culture, and all these other things. But it's part of this ongoing struggle between His story, the Lord Jesus Christ, and the mystery of iniquity, Satan's agenda that we see working against each other in this world. And humankind is caught up in this. It's a battle for our affection, for our worship. Whom will you worship? The Lord Jesus Christ or the God of this world, Satan? One or the other. And so, understanding where this history is going to lead to. What is the consummation? That's the reason it's important. Let us stop here. It's a lot to cover. It's a lot to get in. But I believe it's worthwhile for us to study this and to understand it. Hymn number 50.